Takeover stage has been set.
Takeover 36. You will witness history. Boom! Did Draganov topple Walter?
You're looking at the next women's champion. At Takeover,
I am going to tear you apart.
$1 million championship on the line.
When I beat him, he won't be my butler. You will.
You are on.
Cole O'Reilly 3. The undisputed finale.
If there is a third ball needed in your match, it will be contested in a steel cage.
At Takeover 36, Jerry Cross versus Samoa Joe.
I will stand here.
Everybody, NXT champion.
And tonight, on the last stop before Takeover,
Karrion Kross and Samoa Joe will be face to face.
Floss,
The tag team championships will be on the line.
MSK defend the NXT Tag Team Championships against a determined Imperium. Will new champions be crowned tonight on NXT?
This indeed is the final stop before NXT Takeover 36 this Sunday, streaming live on Peacock. Welcome to the Capitol Wrestling Center and welcome to NXT.
HMG, the recognized symbol of excellence in sports entertainment.
Hameen Media Group. This is NXT.
I say dummy. Dummy, yeah.
Next Level Podcast.
Well, well, well. What a coinky-dink. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We're back live. Let me adjust this mic here. This goddamn thing is too low. Oh, God. That's not going to sound good. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am the reporter of the people, the man with the plan, Big Ray, here to say to talk some Lucha Libre today. It is your next level wrestling review here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Hameen Media Group on, what is it? Hameen Media Group on Twitch? No, it's Hameen Media on Twitch and Hameen Media Group on YouTube. I don't know where the hell I am. Formerly of the Realm Network, a one-day gimmick. But we will be back on the Realm Network. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, we will be live over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I have no fucking clue, to be honest with you. But ladies and gentlemen, this is not just about me. This is about you guys, and this is about my co-host. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you. Now, I have to cut this short because we can get struck here, so I can't play the whole gimmick here. But ladies and gentlemen, I give to you. Do I actually have this shit queued up here? Yes, I do. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, he is your 3-time Afghan Intercontinental Cruiserweight Champion.
I was born with the mic in my hand.
A Rip Rogers guy. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Jamie the Vet Williams. Commander LaForge, engage. What's up, man?
What's going on? Is that the audition, the TikTok audition voice? Was that the
No.
Was that the one that didn't get you the win on that? Or
I gotta tell you something about the whole TikTok. Hey! You know what? Let the chat fill in. You see, man, these are our people. I'm so fucking excited.
We're back, and I'm sure they checked out that 1 week that we had on the Realm Network for their money. They got quite a bit. I think we gave them a lot. I mean, we got some premium content. That should have got them very excited. For example, the Arnold Schwarzenegger and Morty impressions.
The Morty impression made me laugh so hard when I was on the train. You know what?
That's the hardest I've ever seen Ray laugh. I popped him harder with the Morty bit. I don't even remember what we were talking about, but I guess I was Morty as if I was talking about something that we had talked about on NXT, and I was very pleased to see Ray losing it. So
that was good stuff, man. It's good shit, pal. I'm not gonna fucking present, but you know what? This is for the people in the chat room right now. They are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Oh yeah. That's right. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, here live. But don't forget to subscribe on the Realm Network, right? You head over to the realmnetwork.com. Hit us up, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, man, the freaking chat room is filling up. Why don't you give her a quick rundown? Who's in the chat room right now there, Mr. Vex? You have
from what I can see right now, we got Gam Wolfers, Jerome Hall, Classified Chappie, Cujo62, RBV is in the house, Bobo. These are, these are our people. These are the guys that show up without fail, pretty much. And I'm sure some of the rest of them will be here soon too. We got to have a Canada Spaceman in here somewhere.
He's there. He
I can't see who's all in the room though. You can see that.
All right, so let me give it a quick rundown. So we have Canada Spaceman, who I put the link up, if I'm correct, at 1:52 a.m.
I
right?
can't see it.
You can't see it. You just scroll up. But so anyway, so Canada Spaceman, I threw myself off. Canada Spaceman was the first person in the chat at 2:40 a.m. in fucking Canada. What part of Canada does he live in? That he's. It's interesting. Of course, Hami Media Group.
Society Reviews pops in with a look who came crawling back. Look, it wasn't. We didn't come crawling back. We were shoved back. But we're still happy to see you.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
God, even with
damn
that attitude.
God damn it.
Still happy to see you.
Sorry, I had to fix my microphone. So I have a new setup here. You guys can't see it. I have a new computer desk. It's a nice brown wood desk here. It's very wide. It's much wider than what I was using before. And I had to move my microphone to my right side, which is absolutely terrible. Like it's weird. I've been working from left to right. Now I'm working from right to left, and I shouldn't have done this.
So you're doing the lucha libre style as opposed to the American style. You're working on the right side, yeah.
Exactly, and it's. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. What do you mean?
You don't? Okay, so like in wrestling, you normally, if you're gonna everything that you do is based on one side of the body, and that goes for like working an arm, working a leg, shoulder tackles, sometimes clotheslines even. You go with the left side, but in Mexico they work the right side. So you gotta like make those adjustments when you work with those people or in those countries.
I did not know that. I didn't know it was much.
You really never noticed that, huh?
I probably don't pay attention, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about something, but I'm gonna play a quick little clip here.
Okay.
I wanted to know if you possibly saw this. This was fucking.
Is this part of the 3 count?
It is. No, this is not part of. This is just part of our chat.
Bonus count?
Yeah, this is bonus count. This is the 4th count. But I'm so happy to
false
see.
Finish.
Hey, look who's here, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Schaffer is in the house. What's going on, Matt? I saw him. He was at a a field hockey game or something like that, buddy. Something on his social media. I don't know exactly what the team is, but he was out there hanging out with his boys, watching some amazing sporting event. But yeah, let me play this real quickly, bro, because this was awesome. In a world.
Your dad built a cathedral to a local pastime. What are you trying to resurrect here anyway?
People need to believe that we can be better. You're a washed-up quarterback who couldn't play in college.
Are you?
I'm a lawnmower salesman. It is not enough for me.
Brothers sparring.
All right. I'm going to fake this out. Dude, I just finished watching the very first episode of Heels. Did you get a chance to see it?
I did.
All right. So let's this is what I love about the vet. He gives his honest opinion. That's why he's the opinion haver. So you know me, I'm soft, I'm mush. I'm probably gonna give it like a 5-star rating, five Meltzer stars or whatever. I want to know what you think, man, because as a person who's been in the business, a person who's lived that life, what do you think about what they did? And listen, Should I do the whole spoiler alert thing real quickly?
Yeah, it's only the first episode. There's not like a I mean,
What
it's
he
going to be
does
the
at
first.
the end.
Yeah, I guess. Well, we could talk about that without actually saying what it is. Because if I talk about it and tell you about it, you'll know what I'm talking about, and I can avoid the spoilers.
I don't know how to do that, but
I do. In fact, telling people about things while avoiding spoilers is an art form.
Okay.
And I'm basically Rembrandt. So,
so
if you want to do it that way, we can do it that way, just in case anybody else didn't check it out. But I'd rather hear from you first.
Okay.
And then I can sort of like fill in some of the stuff that you have. Maybe you didn't have thoughts or expand upon your thoughts. But I'd like to hear what you, just watching as a fan of wrestling and a fan of television shows sometimes, just what was your general impression of it?
Dude, I really freaking look at that picture of Matt. For those watching right now, look how innocent and young he is there.
I see. What
you're up to.
He's like the one guy in Twitch. Is he the one behind the lone Twitch watcher?
Is he the one on Twitch? I think so.
Okay.
I got to tell you, man. First, this wasn't what I expected.
What did you expect?
Ready to Rumble?
Oh, like basically like a parody almost.
Yeah, like I thought I was like, man, are they gonna do wrestling is real? You know, like what? I don't know. I don't know what I really expected, but I was.
I'm Fireman Fred, and I'm gonna hose you.
Wow, is that a gimmick that you used back in?
No, that was from Ready to Rumble. You don't remember that?
How was it wrestling in Afghanistan?
It's hot, hotter than a mug. But anyway, so you thought it would be like Ready to Rumble, like a joke.
No, not like a joke. I thought it would be like a serious version of Ready to Rumble, where everything's
like wrestling's real and in this fantasy world that these guys really have athletic contests. Is that what you mean?
Something like that. Like I thought, are they mixing? I don't know. I don't know if he was gonna fucking take a bow and arrow and shoot somebody with it. Stephen Amell and shit. But I got to tell you, man, I was pleasantly surprised. They went with what I think was a realistic angle. You got some. Did Stevie Richards work on this movie?
Yes, but I don't think he appears in this episode, and I think he's a stunt double for the guy that comes in and is trying to like scout. You know, that guy with the beard and stuff,
right?
And he's trying to get Ace to sign with the big company. I think Stevie is a stunt double for that guy, I think, based on his Instagram post. But I don't know if Stevie's actually doing anything besides that on the show. Like maybe he probably helped coordinate some of the wrestling scenes. I'm sure he was like, they should have used him as an advisor on the set as well. But as far as I know, stunt double for sure. And I don't think he was in this episode because that character didn't get any action in this episode. So he would have had no reason to do a stunt here.
So when I see this guy from behind, I'm like, that's Stevie. That's Stevie Richards. Right. All right, cool. Right. Excellent.
When you see a much more in shape man with a wig taking a fall, that'll be Stevie Richards.
That will be Stevie Richards.
His name is Stevie Richards.
He is. This is Stevie. So what did you think of the movie? I mean, the TV show. So like episode 1, I like the swerve at the end. I kind of thought that the main character would do something different, if you know what I mean. The baby face, I guess. No, the heel. I guess he's a heel. What did you think about the way they portrayed, wrestlers from a small town and stuff, and so on and so forth? Just going.
Okay, so if I'm just gonna approach this strictly from the how does this treat the wrestling business, if I just go from that approach, like right off the bat, right when the show's starting, before in the cold open, before you even get the credits, you got somebody typing like moves and spots on a computer.
Yeah. Does anybody do that?
No. Well, I can't say nobody does it, but nobody that's like, nobody I would respect in the wrestling business did it. Now we've heard stories about, like, say Diamond Dallas Page, for example, like writing down all of his matches, like spot by spot and everything like that. And
right.
Giving people a script of like what they want to do. But you also hear those stories that the people that tell those stories, they say they laugh at DDP and probably like threw it in the trash or ripped it up in his face or just laughed at him. So that should show you the attitude that somebody would have if you're gonna. But yeah, he's like it's this unseen person at first, and then you find out, you see it later. But he's writing like drags him by the leg to center ring. Like you don't need, especially in a small town like situation promotion, you would never do that. You would not script this stuff down to the move. And that's another thing.
What's that?
Even like they keep saying script. Like throughout this episode, they kept using the word script.
Why would they say that? Like I never heard a wrestler behind the scenes or my father or anybody like that use that script. Nobody said script. Anybody. I don't even think now.
Jim Cornette's gonna get hot when he watches this. But yeah, you don't say script. Not like look, if it was me and someone came up to me and said script or whatever, like fans talking about it, saying, oh yeah, it's all scripted and stuff, I'm not going to get offended. I'm not one of those wrestlers. I'm not one of those guys that says, don't say fake, don't say script. You say whatever you want. We all know what it is now. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, if you're trying to do a realistic portrayal of this kind of a world, that's one of those things that you would want to, nailed down. Like even if Cody Rhodes, even if he did hand Stephen Amell like typed double-spaced printed out scripts for the matches he had, that's still not trying to recreate that in this series is not a good look if you're trying to show respect to the source material. So that's like right off the bat, they're just rubbing me the wrong way, right?
I hear you. I hear you.
There's also a scene where I'm not going to get into the characters. We'll just, because it doesn't matter for the sake of the discussion. But like,
sure.
One woman uses the term kayfabe in front of another woman, but this other woman just admitted that she doesn't get why people like fake wrestling. So the word kayfabe isn't going to mean anything to her.
No.
It was borderline. She borderline used the word wrong. But I ran it back and I was like, well, I could see what they were trying to say with that. But it's basically an instance of a writer sticking that word in a script, shoehorning it in where it doesn't really fit, just to show that they know the word and what it means and that they're actual real wrestling insider fans, right? It's not natural.
It's like two people having a conversation on a wrestling movie, but like, man, that sandwich really body slammed my stomach today.
Yeah, almost. It's almost like that. Cujo says he'll take a script of Xanax. Yeah. That's a different kind of script. That's the only, you hear that word, you could hear the word script a lot if you're talking about wrestlers taking drugs. Those, you do hear the word script, but even then, they probably just say, what do you got?
I feel you, man. I feel you. So continue, please.
Oh, yeah. So there's also a scene where a guy instructs, I guess you want to say a trainee or like a rookie or something.
Right. The guy, he's like a Xavier Woods, that kid. Yeah,
he is telling this other dude,
right,
who needed to have selling explained to him, by the way, right in the same scene, and obviously never came off the top. He's instructing this guy to come off the top on him. Then he gets mad about getting hurt. That's a scene that would never happen. But again, it's like some writer's idea of like what would go on in wrestling. But it doesn't go on like that. The last thing you're going to do is tell somebody to do something they don't know how to do to you. So that would never happen.
No, you don't think so?
No, not like that. You know what scene I'm talking about, right?
I know exactly, with the elbow drop.
Yeah, he's like telling him how to do it. He's like, yeah, give me an elbow drop, bro. No. I'd be like, dude, get out of the ring. You don't belong here. There's no, don't hurt
rotten.
me.
You're fucking rotten.
Yeah. I'm not getting in there with that kid.
Yo, we got, hold on. We got Jerome in the house. Remember Martin? It was Jerome. But this is Jerome. Jerome Hall is in the house. Bobo.
That's something I have to say. Look, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I just didn't want to say it, but I have to ask. Mm-hmm. Is your name really Jerome, or did you miss the M on the keyboard because the N is right next to it, and then you just never went back and changed your account name? I have to know that. I don't mean any disrespect.
You shouldn't have said it.
It could happen to anybody. But I need to know the truth, because if your name is Jerome with an M, I will call you Jerome on the show.
Yeah, but Jerome.
So I just need to know that.
Doesn't
I need to know it.
All right, so you know what? Right now in the chat, see, man, God. Listen, guys, we love the Realm Network. The Realm Network is fucking awesome, but I do really miss. I wonder if maybe we can at least do this once a month. Maybe I can finagle Bin Hameen to maybe do this like at least once a month. Let me see, bro, Jerome, and nobody always trip me up. LOL. What does that mean?
Yeah, because he's talking about nobody. Jerome, born and raised with an N. Okay, all right, perfect. And Cujo says, yeah, what Cujo says was no naughty, because the guy nobody worth to remember, which, you know, you can tell English is not his first language, because of, you know, that we would say that as nobody worth remembering, but the way they said it, and he misspelled nobody, which the B is right next to the N as well. So it's no naughty worth to remember. That's what it is. So that's what he's talking about. Because when you see those names, it kind of confuses you.
What do you think? What do you think? What Matt says here? Just go live for the 3 count for free, then push to sign up for the review. I think it would be the other way around. To be honest with you, Matt.
Free review and then 3 count for premium. Yeah.
Because this is the. I mean, I was gonna say this is the fun stuff, but this is my favorite part of the show. And we haven't even jumped into the 3 count. We're about to jump in, but I need to.
We're still talking about heels. We're not even done with heels, really.
Oh yeah, but please continue about heels.
Okay, well, I only have a couple other things.
Sure, go for it, man.
The scene where, you know, they also use the word kayfabe incorrectly again, where they're sitting on the tower and they're talking about, you know, Sting and Ric Flair. And let me tell you something. When Sting cut that promo and was praising Ric Flair, that's not breaking kayfabe. That's not what that means.
Right.
Okay. Breaking kayfabe would be if, you know, he called him his, his name basically is Ric Flair, but, you know, let's say he had a gimmick name, or if Ric Flair called Sting, you know, Steve Borden when nobody knew what his name was, that's more breaking kayfabe. But just some guy telling a heel that, you know, he respected him as one of the greatest world champions of all time in character, that's not breaking kayfabe. So they're trying to use these terms. Yes, they're trying to use these terms, and they're kind of using them incorrectly. So that can be kind of confusing. I'm sure the regular people don't care or they don't notice, but you know, the hardcore fans and the industry, you know, veterans, they know. And so you were talking about the swerve ending, right?
Yeah, the swerve ending. Yes, I don't want to give out too much because hold on, what's it saying here? So one was it Bobo? No, somebody here said that. Oh, Scott Woodford said he did not watch the show. So
yeah, I'm not going to tell you what the swerve was, but I am going to tell you that, you know, with all things considered and the story they're trying to tell, and the world they're trying to build as far as like, Kevin Panetta, I use the word kayfabe in real life all the time. Well, I hope you're using it correctly, Kevin, because if you're using it like they did on this show, that ain't it.
I got to put it over. Kevin, I don't know if Kevin's ever watched this show live, but Kevin's a good dude, bro. He's in the group and he's also on Instagram, puts up some cool shit. You're in fucking phenomenal shape too, bro. I don't know how you do it. So he does some really cool stuff on social media. You can plug your shit here, man. Let us know where we can find you too. I think it's the first time he's joined us here live. So big shout out to a new watcher here, Kevin Panetta, my boy.
Right. So anyway, the finish. Yeah. No one would ever do that. That would kill a town. And the whole story of this show is these guys are struggling. There's another indie promotion like pushing forward and like threatening to take business away. They're getting their top guy signed by the big federation. So to do what ends up happening here on this episode, no one in their right mind under any circumstances would ever do what he did in that finish. So that would kill the town and his business, and the show would be over. So just so you know that's also not realistic. And as far as the rest of the show, if you're just watching as a TV show, it's just another one of those slow, boring dramas with a lot of white people. I noticed there were a lot of black people in this town.
Yeah.
And that's also not realistic. Because there wouldn't it? No, I think this is that kind of forced diversity where it's okay to not be diverse, right? Like with these hicks and hillbillies, like there was way too many extras in the background. You know what I mean? Like we all know the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Give my boy. I love this. What is it? What is it? Panetta Sexy Time. That's a fantastic handle on Instagram. Anyway, gotta put it over. Good guy. But yeah. So I get what you're saying. I think they were trying to go. God, how am I gonna say this without trying to? You know what? I don't want to get into it because if I say what I say, then it's kind of good, and I shouldn't have said it, And,
I will say that there was another way to do it, but you'd just have to be more creative with your writing to get to the same place. But it's not as let's put it this way: they have about the same level of subtlety, the He-Man reboot and this show.
Yes, that's Gam Wolfers with that comment. That was pretty funny.
They're both hitting you over the head with shit like you guys like wrestling, right? You guys like He-Man, right? You guys like this stuff? Remember from your childhood? Remember? Yeah, that's kind of how it is. So
Disco El Swayze. Is that a picture of this fucking guy for the Naked Gun?
Yeah, it's Leslie Nielsen.
I thought it was Ric Flair.
What is that? What is that emote? What does that say? I can't see. It's too small on my
screen. It says
screen.
"Love, baby, love, love, baby." Remember they used to have that character on SNL. What's his name? The
Ladies' Man.
The Ladies'
Leon
Man.
Phelps.
Yes. Why not?
He said, "Well, why not?" Would be if it was the wrong name, but luckily it is the right name.
We have a prediction here by Canada Spaceman. He says, "I predict the vet will not be asked to write any heel scripts, and Karrion Kross is put over by Samoa Joe at NXT Takeover 37, which we will be talking about briefly at the end.
I predict you're right, Canada Spaceman. I predict I wouldn't write a heel script if they asked me.
Would you? I would. I might.
Well, it's not because I wouldn't take the money, but because I'm not that kind of creative. I'm more so like I'm more like the fine tuner. I'm not the sculptor. I sit there and I sand down the sculpture and maybe I put a layer of polish on the sculpture, but I'm not the one that actually creates. I respect people that create, and I know how difficult it is to create. But raise the money. You sign up for Ray, and you get a vet as a bonus. That's fine.
Would you stop, dude? I'm so excited. Real quick, and we're gonna jump into the 3 count right now, but it's fucking.
I'm gonna do the 3 count as Leon Phelps, by the way, just so you know.
Well, that's Leon Phelps. Oh, as the Ladies' Man.
I'll do the whole. That's more. You're doing a Dusty.
Am I doing Dusty? All right, let me see.
It's a good Dusty, but it's
a good Dusty Rhodes. Let me tell you something, Ric Flair. I've been. What was the thing he said?
He said lots of things.
No, but he said
he made some of it up.
There was one of the most famous lines. He goes, I want. What is it? I slept in alleys, or I
he said. I've wined and dined with kings and queens and slept in the alleys and ate pork and beans.
Pork and beans, yes. It's all about it. Yeah. Reach out your hand and touch that screen, daddy. Anyway, dude, I'm so fucking excited. I'm really excited because but believe it or not, if this show goes 2.5 hours, I will only have a 20-minute break before I record my very next show. And you know what that is, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, yes. My name is Jean-Luc Picard, and this is Star Trek. I'm going to be coming on with my good friend, Triple D, and John Edwright, the Sinister Minister. He's my number 1. And we will be talking Star Trek. Yes, not Star Trek, Star Trek. I'm a New Yorker. So I'm very excited about this. I'm going to be on the Academy. So, with that being said, Lieutenant LaForge, engage.
Wow, this is really fucking long. I didn't think it was gonna fucking go this long.
We might get struck, so cut it off.
You think so?
This is this is the Star Trek theme.
Oh yes.
We're gonna get hit with the Paramount Plus.
Stop engaging.
I'm fucking excited, dude.
Disengage.
Yes, I've been working on my Jean-Luc Picard now for almost a straight month. Yes, indeed.
It's not quite there.
I'm trying, dude.
It's somewhere. Like you sound like somebody, but it's not exactly Patrick Stewart. It's more like.
How about my Worf? My Worf.
No, I did a British accent.
He doesn't have an accent. Yeah,
he doesn't have an accent. He's just very normal. It's the way he talks. Normal.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, I'm trying. I'm working, dude.
I'm working. Are you a Star Trek fan? Do you like a Next Generation?
No, I don't know.
Oh, fuck me. In the chat right now, if you guys watch Star Trek, who's your favorite like Star Trek character? I'm a big fan of Q. I don't know if you know that, but anyway, I'm gonna be jumping on literally after we're done with this because depending on this was so long right now.
Well, then let's get to the 3 count, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 1, the 2, the 3 count.
This is the 3 count for today's biggest stories in pro wrestling, world news, pop culture, sports, and more. And now, back to Big Ray and the Vet.
Oh, coughed right into the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 3 count. And we're going to start off here with a pro wrestling story here. People probably have been wondering that why we haven't been seeing Keith Lee. Now, we know he had the COVID-19 gimmick, so on and so forth, but apparently he has been working. Did you know this? He has been wrestling.
I think he had a couple of dark matches these past few weeks.
Right. So that's what the story is. So apparently it says, I'll read this verbatim. This is courtesy of WrestleStink.com. Keith Lee has been working WWE dark matches so that the company can figure out what's best for him moving forward. I'll let you jump in with that fucking first statement. I don't think I have to read anymore.
Yeah, what else is that? I got an idea. How about you have him beat everybody?
Jesus Christ. How do you get Keith Lee wrong? Like, seriously, how do you get this guy wrong? Can anybody in the fucking chat tell me how you can get Keith Lee wrong? He is a large, athletic, charismatic, good-looking man that can go. How do you get him wrong? I just don't fucking get it, dude.
Dude, what's funny is I was reading this story, and then I was scrolling down through the comments, because you got to scroll down through the comments and listen to these ignorant people, right? It's the best part of the internet is the comments. So I saw somebody in the comments, I'm not going to concentrate on everything they said. Just one thing that stuck out. Like he said, Keith Lee just doesn't have the it factor. I'm like,
would you stop?
You fucking idiot. That's all Keith Lee has. The instant I saw Keith Lee walk through a curtain the first time ever, I was like, whoa, who's that? That's what I said. That's the definition of the it factor. A lot of people think they know what the it factor is, and part of the it factor is that you can't know what it is. It's just something you can't explain, that when you see somebody, you want to see more, or you feel like they're somebody. Like the airport test, you know the airport test, right?
No, what's the airport test?
It's when you're in the airport and you see somebody walk by and you're like, oh, I don't know who that is, but he's somebody.
You know who's somebody like that? I'll tell you right now, and I'm not just putting it over because this is Hami Media Group. Like, if you ever met Ben, like, Ben has something about him. Like, he just he got the big beard, the blue eyes, the fucking big barrel chest and shit. Like, he has that it. Even a guy like Apter, like the little old Jewish man, but he's just something about him, charismatic wise, that just draws you to him, that you have to you can't take your eyes off of him. So that's somebody that has an it factor. I can see, you see, let's say you see Big Sal walking through a fucking airport.
Well, Big Sal is gigantic, so there is that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's.
But even but the it factor could be even for an average person, or it's not just because of Keith Lee's size. It was just, I remember the first time I saw him was at Ring of Honor. He was in a tag team with Shane Taylor, and they both walked out, and he just had this smirk on his face. Everybody that's seen Keith Lee knows the smirk. They know what I'm talking about when they say that. But just, he had his hair lined up with the beard all perfect and clean and everything like that, and just had that smirk on his face that, that thing he does. And I'm just like, dude, who is this? I want to know who this is right now. Right. And then I see him like this gigantic fat guy do like a tope, con hilo over the top rope on guys. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? But that's even beside the point. Even it's just him standing there. Like, there's something about him. Now, Society Reviews pointed out something similar
Okay.
Tony Cakes hasn't been on SmackDown since her debut 4 weeks ago. Fun fact. Now,
Right.
I wouldn't. I love Toni Storm, and she's great. I wouldn't necessarily say she has the it factor, but she has lots of reasons why you can explain. Why people should want to see more of her. We know the reasons why.
We know
there's there's nothing else
There's
to explain.
one big reason.
There's a big reason. 2 big reasons?
Yeah. Well,
4 big reasons? Whatever. Point is, we know why we like Toni Storm. It's not necessarily an it factor there. Keith Lee has an it factor, but he also has lots of other stuff.
I'm sorry. This one, they dress him up like a fat baby in a singlet, and he talks like Will Shatner. Yeah, that might fuck him over.
Yeah, but there's a way to get Keith Lee over, and it's very easy. Now, when he made his debut, I remember talking about this before, and I was like, you can't put him with Randy Orton and just have him beat Randy Orton out of the gate, because that's basically at the top. You're starting him at the top. He's got nowhere else to go. He's got nowhere to go but down. And guess what? He went right the fuck down shortly after that. Yeah.
Yeah, he sure did.
So I mean, that's how you fuck them up to start with, and then everything else they've been doing, it's like they're not getting anybody over, man. They're not even getting the over guys over. You could argue that they're dropping the ball with relatively. They're dropping the ball with guys like John Cena and Roman Reigns.
Whoa! That is sacrilege. Yo, SummerSlam is this weekend, right? Yeah, because Takeover
Saturday.
Wait, what?
Saturday.
Then when's Takeover?
Sunday.
You joke? Is this a rib or this is for real?
No,
I don't know.
It's real. It's real.
So why are they doing that?
I don't know.
Anybody in the chat
why aren't
know
they pushing Keith Lee? I mean, why do they do anything they do? They make up excuses later, but
I'm gonna go back really quickly. I forgot who it was. Oh, two comments that, like Kevin Panetta, Vince won't push a guy until he, puts his own personal touch on the gimmick. And then Jerome Hall, Jerome with an N. That's what I'm gonna call him, Jerome with an N. He says the most obvious statement in the history of making statements and putting down comments in any fucking box. Vince needs to be hands off. He will never be hands off until he is dead. And when he is dead, he will haunt the WWE, I believe.
What's weird is that you would think a guy like Keith Lee, Vince would see him and he would know exactly what to do. You would think he would be a guy that Vince McMahon has dreamed about having.
Right.
Like all these guys, they're guys that Vince McMahon would have loved to have back when, he was trying to make guys like Brockus work, you would have loved Dude, he would have loved to have a guy like a Brian Cage or somebody like that. Like he always wanted like a coordinated bodybuilder looking guy. And now all these bodybuilders in wrestling are coordinated and super athletic. And it's almost like he's mad at him for it. Like, where were you? Why weren't you born 30 years ago? Like, like 30 years earlier. It's ridiculous. But
Society Review says, that SummerSlam is going head to head with the Manny Pacquiao fight, and Scott Woodford says they are doing it Saturday so that Triple H can go to the boxing match. That's hilarious. Number one, that's actually running, and I wouldn't put it past. Hey, Dad, I want to go see the little Filipino guy fighting, and just fucking. All right, pal. Well, we'll just move the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll fuck with these people. Yeah, pal. You don't think?
I have no idea. I really don't. But I wouldn't. But like you said, I wouldn't put anything past him.
Oh my God, we have former WWE champion, not Jinder, but it's his brother Jinder. So this is Vegas has the Pacquiao fight at T-Mobile Arena later that night. So WWE capitalized being earlier. Will they? Anyway, so the whole thing is about Keith Lee, man. Dude, Vet, everything you fucking said is 100% correct, man. And it's just a stupid story because if you have a guy that talented, I mean, Bronson Reed, he is not, but that guy, you think he'll be an Impact anytime soon?
Bronson Reed?
Yeah.
I guess
I feel so bad.
I'd rather just watch Fall Out, to be honest.
Wait, now Society Review says my Triple H sounds like Macho Man. That's not true. My Macho Man. Ooh, yeah. No?
I can tell the difference, but I think I see where his confusion comes from.
Number 1. Engage. No? Okay.
That's for later. Save it for later, right?
Yes, easy for later. Huh? Anyway, all right, I got another story coming out of the great state of Texas here. Let me just hit the old gimmick button here. Here we go.
Store. We are continuing to follow breaking news from the state capitol, where in just the last half hour, Texas Governor Greg Abbott has announced he has tested positive for coronavirus.
New videos and photos from the governor's social media show just last night that he was at a public event greeting guests while not wearing a mask. KPRC2's Bill Spencer is joining us live from the newsroom now with the latest. Bill.
Sophia, I will start by saying that the governor's office does say the governor has been taking daily COVID tests and that this is the very first time he has tested positive. As you may remember, the governor is fully vaccinated. This is video from December of last year when he got his first dose of the vaccine. The governor's office tonight saying that he has no symptoms and is isolating inside the governor's mansion. This video from the governor's campaign Twitter page shows he was at an event just last night in Collin County. That's north of Dallas. The governor was seen in a very crowded room with people who were also maskless. The governor's office in a statement now saying that, quote, everyone that the governor has been in close contact with today has been notified. It also says the governor is, quote, in good health and currently experiencing no symptoms. The governor's office.
All right, enough. Listen, guys, here's the deal. This is the governor that actually did the whole banning mask gimmick. Banning, here's the deal, man. I don't think there's a question whether this COVID-19 is real or not. I think it's a real thing. This guy, is he a super spreader? Is that what this is? If you saw how many fucking people were in that fucking room, I mean, it was so many people in that room. And the one guy, I don't want anything bad to happen to certain people, but when people stand so high on a fucking soapbox, it's the same thing that happened with this fucking son of a bitch, Andrew Cuomo. You stand so high and, you talk, you look so good. Yeah, the Jalabella, fucking 9/11, whatever the fuck he was talking about. Every fucking day I turn on my TV here in New York. Every time I turn on my TV, I want to see Price is Right. It's, the COVID-19. We got to put the old people back in. If they die, they die. It's, oh, my God. But no. See, the fucking karma, man. Karma is the son of a bitch. Go ahead, Ved. You want to say something?
Well, what else is there to say? I mean, this is what's going to happen now. You're going to see people saying one thing, and then it's going to come back to bite them later. That's just... But that's true of everything. We don't need a disease to do it. They're always going to get caught doing something stupid. But
they don't have that in Canada, do they?
I saw a tweet. I think somebody had like a picture of that. It was probably the footage they were showing on that clip you played, and he had that in a tweet. And he's like, you can actually see the COVID in the room.
You can cut it with a knife.
Yeah, it looked kind of thick in there, but I don't know, man.
Listen, man. All I'm gonna say is this, man. Like I said, I don't want the guy to get sick, but is it just funny how the people that like when President Trump, I'm telling you, I don't like anybody. I don't fucking like Biden. I don't like Trump. I would love if Jesse Ventura ran for president, but neither here nor there. When President Trump got sick, I could see that he looked sick. There wasn't enough makeup and fucking orange shoe polish on his face. He looked like shit for a minute. He was off TV for a minute. And then he's going to come on and say, oh no, I wasn't sick. I feel fine. I feel so fine. I feel the finest that I've ever felt ever in my life. So fine. Shut the fuck up. It's okay to admit that you were wrong, dude. That's what I hate. This fucking text. Oh, he's showing no symptoms and shut the fuck up. Yes, he is. He's shitting out his pants. He's probably in pain. He's hurting. It's okay. People make mistakes. I almost lost my relationship because I did something stupid. It's right. The other girl has some big tits. It wasn't my fault. Well, it wasn't my fault. neither here nor there. That was a long time ago. But it is what it is, dude. Like, fucking just admit it. I admitted it. Look, I'm married now. Look, I have a fucking ring and everything. You can't see it because the gimmick it's not working, but it's true.
Kicked out, kicked up, made a comeback, brother.
Oh, bro,
went over strong.
If you ever heard this show, which we probably didn't, I like big tits too. There, Geronimo. That's why I love my wife. But she got fantastic breasts, and she knows I talk about them all the time. They're fabulous. Anyway, so what was I saying? Oh, if you ever listen to the Ridiculously Random podcast, there are people here that have heard that show with me and Colin, and you could hear the epic fucking shit I went through with Jennifer. I fucked up big time, bro. I could not admit I was wrong. You know, I didn't. Let's put it this way.
Wait a minute. So you did a podcast about not admitting you were wrong?
I did a podcast trying to justify. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I didn't cheat on her. Well, define cheating.
Yeah, I think that's the real problem. Because people define cheating however they want or whatever is convenient them. Dude, I had a similar situation with an ex-girlfriend, and she would always see me like checking out other girls. Okay? That's what she said. Now, to me, what I was doing was just acknowledging that there's another human walking by or something. And if it happened to be a girl, she would like try to make me feel like I was a pervert because I noticed. And she would accuse me of looking at, you know, the girl's ass or whatever. And I'm like, how would you even know? You know what I mean? Like, what, did you have a protractor out and measure the angles of my eye line of sight to this? Like, how did you know what I was looking at? But the thing is that she didn't understand is like, especially as a wrestler, we're like very in tune with like, you know, some people are anyway, with bodies, physiques, you know, like we're checking stuff out. So if a guy walked by and he had like the shorts on or something, I look at his calves, like, does this guy have calves or not?
Right.
She's not going to notice me checking that guy out.
No,
But if it's a girl with a big butt that she saw first, and then the butt is so big that it draws my eye over, then I'm like, oh, that's a big butt, and move on with my life. That's about the level of interest I have in it. Like, oh, big butt, nice, and then move on. Same thing as like if the guy's got calves, he must do good calf raises, nice, move on. Right. I don't spend my life thinking about it, and I don't want to have sex with either one of those people.
No.
But it becomes a thing when girls are insecure, and then they feel like that.
I'm sorry, Jerome he's on a fucking roll. He's on a fucking roll. I'm gonna call him Captain Obvious today. I like a nice butt. Who doesn't like a nice? Yeah. And the funny thing is that statement is perfect for every kind of butt, because some people like bony butts, some people like narrow butts, some people like big, you know, jiggly butt. I like a nice big jiggly butt. Some people like, you know, muscle butts. So yes, a nice butt could be different. Like Vet. You know, I think this is a okay conversation to have, or a question.
Sure, 100%, especially for a married man like yourself.
Of course. What kind of a butt do you like, Vet? Like if it was an ideal ass sitting on your face right now, what would it be?
I like the.
Is there an actress or somebody or a wrestler that we can compare the buttocks to? Could be a dude. I'm just saying, not judging.
I'm trying to think of somebody that everyone would know immediately. Well, I mean, you could like the obvious choice would be nice Candace Spaceman, nice. Well, you know, I didn't have to share that information with you guys, so what am I supposed to care if you try to clap back at me?
He's opening up to us. Come on, don't patronize the Vet. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Weren't we talking about Jennifer Lopez on the last episode? On that premium content episode, yes. Didn't we talk about adult films and Jennifer Lopez?
She was actually on the show with us naked. So if you guys didn't pay for it, it's on you.
Better go sign up now because it's still on there,
bro.
Yeah. I think that's about as good as it gets, isn't it? I mean, it's about that, but I also it depends on the mood, just like we were saying about when we were talking about the adult films. It's like a buffet. Like some days you don't want everything on the buffet. Some days you just feel in the mood for one thing. So you know what's kind of cool is like when a girl is like relatively skinny, but for some reason, like her butt isn't big compared to a girl with a big butt, but her butt is big for her body fat percentage. And it's like just enough that you can grab a handful of it. I like that sometimes.
You know, can I put over one time I kind of dated her a little bit. We were messing around. We even hooked up later in life a couple of times, and she was still, but she was a Haitian female, very, very attractive, bro. She used to dance. All right, so this is so you have an idea of what she looked like body-wise, and I'll send you a picture if you want later. But she used to dance in the Haitian Day Parade. She was one of those dancers. So
Okay.
this is back in the day.
And then the other 364 days a year she would take off.
That wasn't her primary job, but
Oh, okay, all right, just
she was
making sure.
in retail management. But this woman, this young lady, when we hooked up, we were in our 20s, and then later again in our 30s. But she had the most incredible butt I've ever seen in my life, in real life. You know who she looked like? Fucking what's this guy? The Glow girl from WWE. Glow, the African, the black chick, the hot one.
Naomi, yeah.
She had a body like Naomi. And this thing was as wide as my chest, but it didn't move.
Mm.
And it had no stretch marks. It was just like glistening. It looked like it was baby oil on it, but it was just her skin was so chocolate beautiful.
Sounds impossible, but I'll take your word for it.
I will show you. Jen doesn't watch this, but anyway, she knows. But that's the thing I love about my wife. No shit, man. Like there can be a beautiful woman and like a hot chick walking by with fucking Daisy Dukes, and she'll be like, "You're looking at her ass, right?" I'm like, "Yeah," It's like it's like seeing a fucking Lamborghini, a beautiful yellow or red Lamborghini pull up, and you're gonna fucking gawk at it like, "Wow, that's something different." Wow, I don't see that every day.
Did you use the term red and yellow and gawk on purpose together?
No, why?
I thought you were making a Hulk Hogan reference and Gawker reference, but anyway.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I've been to the mountaintop, dude, and her name, which I can't say her name. Her name is Jennifer.
And I can't say the N-word, brother. Because Gawker's going to come after me again, dude.
I'll tell you something, Society Reviews. There's nothing I say on this show that I have not said in front of my wife, and that is a fact. That's see, this is the best relationship you can have, when you can be totally yourself on air and off air. And Jen knows that as much as I am Big Ray, I am also Pig Ray. But she knows when it comes down to it that there ain't no other ass I want in my face than my own wife's.
Damn right.
I fucking love my wife's
dead up,
body.
Son.
She is dead up. Word.
Go ahead.
Word, son.
Go ahead.
Word, son. Go ahead. Yo.
So do we have a third count?
We do. How do we go from fucking COVID-19 to big butts?
Just because.
What is made ass? Is that like a
made ass? Well, Chappie's a big fan of obviously anime and stuff like that, and so a lot of in Japan there's like a whole culture of like they have maid cafes and stuff.
What do you mean maid? Like a maid cleaning your room?
Like when a French maid, like let's think about those adult films again. When the French maid has to bend over to dust.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? You see what I'm saying? Spider-Man.
Oh,
yeah.
French Spider-Man.
Oui.
Oui. Yeah, oui.
So
what? Well,
yeah.
It's actually, you know what? If you look at my search engine on Pornhub, maids come up. Hot Latin maids. Just saying. Okay. Oh, mister, can I clean your room? Would you like me to dust your penis? Like out of the blue. Like that never happens. Just so you guys know. It doesn't
happen. And the Latin maids that you see in real life do not look like that. They look like that girl's mother. So, just so everybody knows.
Most of them are missing a neck. I'm just saying. They're all head and shoulders. All right, we got another fucking story.
I was supposed to do. I forgot. I was supposed to do the whole 3 count as Leon Phelps. Hey, what's happening?
Oh, hey. And I'll do the whole 3 count as Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
That's cool.
Oh, well, thank you. All right. Anyway, this is story number 3. Engage.
U.S. officials in Afghanistan are telling Americans, get out of the country immediately, any way you can. The warning comes as the Taliban is quickly seizing control.
I'm sorry, real quick before I continue this. That is the most obvious fucking statement. I think Jerome is actually reporting this, but we will continue.
Of major cities, and as U.S. forces finalize their withdrawal from the country. So far, the militant group has taken at least 5 provincial capitals since Friday. And
this is a 2-minute clip, but I gotta let it play because there's some information that I want to discuss here. So we'll let it roll.
Dealt a major blow to government forces today when a prominent pro-government commander switched sides and handed over control of a strategic capital city. In Kabul tonight, here's NBC's Kelly Kobiea.
Well, tonight, the Taliban certainly has the momentum. They are fighting government forces in 4 of Afghanistan's 5 largest cities, in Mazar-e-Sharif in the north and Kunduz, in Herat in the west, and in Kandahar in the south. Kunduz was taken over by the Taliban yesterday, at least the city center was. We saw this video on social media, much of it Taliban propaganda video, where you can see Taliban fighters going through government offices just with no resistance whatsoever. We were told by local officials that there was heavy fighting there, that Afghan forces did fight back, but they eventually had to retreat to the airport. We're also told that special forces are in Kunduz tonight, that they are continuing to take the fight to the Taliban to try to retake.
All right, I think we all know what the hell's going on over there. So basically what's happening is in Afghanistan right now, and I hate to take a serious turn here, but you know, hey, this is what we do. We report, excuse me, the 3 count is the 3, relatively big news stories of the day, at my choosing and shit. But there's some big deal. This is a big deal, man, because we have a lot of Americans. But not just Americans. So I went through BBC News. I went through the India News channel, and there are a lot of people from all over the country there, and they can't get the fuck out. And right now, Emperor Joe Biden, this is something that people on the left would have said Trump would have done, pulling the troops out so quickly. But now my question to you, Vet, is do you feel that the troops will pull out quickly? They've been there for fucking 20 years. Did they not expect this to happen? I always felt that the minute that we left, this was going to happen. I mean, am I crazy here and shit? Like, was I the only guy fucking thinking that, it's like that old Chris Rock joke, and please take this with a grain of salt what I'm going to say. Okay, this is Chris Rock, but they remember when the 2 fucking they were like, I think they were gay or whatever. They were like magicians and shit. They had the fucking white tiger, Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah,
and the fucking tiger attacked Roy or Siegfried, whichever the one. They both looked the same. One had black hair, one had blonde hair. And Chris Rock is like, it's just a tiger being a tiger. You know what I'm saying? Like he turned tiger. He didn't go crazy. He turned tiger. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's been this way for thousands and thousands of years. What the fuck do we think we're doing in this country? We're not the fucking police. We're not the big boss, man. We're not coming out in Cobb County, Georgia. It ain't gonna happen, dude.
Serve some hard times, baby. Come on.
Hard times. I mean, I don't know, man. Yeah. I just really wanted to hear your thoughts on this, because this is it's a fucked up shit, dude. But I'm at a point now that I feel that maybe we just need to fucking just let it happen. I mean, it's hard for me to say, because I know there are a lot of good, innocent people, a lot of kids, a lot of moms and dads that just want to fucking live their life, but they're not. They're stuck there. Even Sergeant Slaughter couldn't help. Yeah, you got that right, Kucha 62. And by the way, I want to give a quick shout out to Sonic the Hedge Rat. Came in late, but you came. That's what she said. So, what are your thoughts, my friend?
It's like you said, I feel sad for the innocent people involved in this. And there's a lot of people that aren't innocent in this. And most of those are the ones that are making the big decisions, unfortunately. But I'm not really a political guy. This is where Ben Hameen would talk for about 20, 25 minutes straight.
Just as a human being.
While while you just sat and vaped the whole time. I don't really have anything to offer like in that. It's not that I don't have anything to offer, it's that I won't. I'm not going to talk about it here, like on this platform, because we're supposed to have fun and goof off about wrestling. But I will say this. This was always going to happen. Right. The way it happened. It should be a big wake up call that to not anybody that's involved, like the militaries or the politicians or things, but just for people like us, just the regular people that get fed the propaganda and they slurp it up happily and continue to slurp up the propaganda, that we could be over there in a 20-year war And like the second you leave town, this kind of stuff happens. Like that just shows you how ineffectual and pointless it was to spend all this time, money, resources, human lives, everything that we've been doing for all the reasons that we've been doing it. And it's like nothing was even done. It was just a gigantic 2-decade waste of time. And I hope everybody wakes up and sees that. You know, if we were such a great military and we were such a renowned world superpower, then why couldn't we have done what we set out to do in a shorter, more efficient time than this? It looks like we didn't do anything at all. Yeah. It's almost like spraying for cockroaches and then they just come right out as soon as the lights go off.
Oh my gosh. And it's crazy that you say it that way, but you're right, man. You're 100% right. I just think that at this point in juncture, we need to fucking worry about ourselves. And I know it sounds fucked up to say it that way, but we got so much fucked shit going on here in this. Like look at New York City. You know, last night I fucking take the train home, right? It's a nice, every once in a while I get a nice quiet ride home. It's very rare though. There's always a fucking maniac on a train. And there was only 3 people in the car, including myself. Okay? That is very rare. And I get on this fucking train and this guy proceeds to light up a crack pipe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In a train. And I took it upon myself. I said, yo, homie, listen, dude. I said, you can smoke that shit all you want, but don't fucking smoke that shit in here. Dead up. I actually said dead up. So that's a New York thing. And he just looked at me. He didn't know where he was. So I got up and I fucking just went to the next train car with other people. It is what it is. But at the same time, man, that's how it is right now in the United States. Everybody's fucking losing their minds. People are still not working. People are fucking getting sick. You can't fucking go into a restaurant without wearing a fucking mask or a vaccination. You got people fucking robbing people. The other day, Vet, some dude at an ATM here in New York City in Citibank, it was in the news. Some random guy just walked up behind him, didn't even take his money, just took a hatchet out and just started fucking killing him with the hatchet. They had no association. It was just one dude and another dude. It was an old Asian man and a young black dude. Young black dude went, chopped him up for no reason. He survived, the Asian guy, but god damn it, man. This is what we're living in here in the United States. And it fucking sucks, dude. So what the fuck are we worried about these people over there?
Well, but on the other side of the coin too, like it's not like it's not like what we did over there is going to come over here and fix all those problems. They're just doing what they were told to do. Everybody's just doing what they were told to do for the reasons they're told to do it. Like Mike Martin says, he says it's about having people in our back pocket in case we need allies or resources. Well, how did that work out back in the 80s when we trained Afghanistan soldiers to fight because we were so afraid of Russia? And then how'd that work out? Now we're in the situation we're in today.
Sorry, it sounded like the hedge rag. He really opens up here with, dude, did that at my niece's house, started smoking crack. I was like, smoke that shit outside. Well, good for you. Because secondhand crack smoke, like I literally, like, I got off that train. Let's talk about crack for a minute. I got off the train, dude, and I'm like, fuck, am I going to fucking get addicted to this shit? Because I felt a little lightheaded and weird. Maybe it was just because I kept trying to hold my breath and not breathe it in until I got up and said, yo, what the fuck, man? But before we go, we do NXT. Let's stop talking about this. I want to go back to big butts.
All right.
Can we do that?
I think so. I think it's
yeah. What is the nicest butt you ever had that you looked at and you're like, damn, I'm not gonna last 2 minutes with this thing.
Yeah,
what are we talking about on your face?
You know what we're talking about? A real person now, like
a real person.
Or are we just talking about? Are we talking about celebrities still, or like?
No, I'm talking about like when I was with that young lady that I spoke about. I stood over this thing. Well, bent on my knees over just picture what I'm saying. And I said to myself, I better fucking think about something terrible, because this ain't gonna last long. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So I can't look down. Like I was looking at the ceiling, trying to make fucking like little faces out of the little dots in the ceiling and shit. Like, was ever something like that happened to you guys? And you in the chat also, like, can you tell us a big butt story before we jump into the NXT review?
Well, this isn't exactly that, but I think it's on the same lines and you'll appreciate it. So a long time ago at my job, this girl just started working there and she was pushing this cart of stuff and I was watching her walk away while she was pushing the cart. And I just watched her walk away. And then later on, I was just like, hey, so do you want to go out sometime? Like,
Really?
that's all it took.
You never
That's all
met
it
her?
took.
Like, you didn't
no,
know
I
her?
did. Like, but
Right.
it's work. You like work friend. You like she was new. She just started working there, and you know you had those casual chats or whatever just in passing, but not even like, you know, probably never a formal introduction or anything like that. So it was just kind of like, but that's not something I would normally do.
Right.
I'm the kind of guy that overthinks things. You know, in those days I was. I would overthink things and get nervous about it and try to do the thing in your head where you plan out the scenario, like, what am I going to say? And then what she might say, you know,
Right.
No, this was just like, what? She's got one of those? All right, hold on. Hey, how's it going? You want to go out sometime? Like it was just that simple. And then we dated on and off for 5 years. She was the love of my life.
5
and
years.
It didn't work out, but she's a big reason why I'm sitting here talking to you today, Ray.
Why?
Directly or indirectly. I don't have time to tell my life story here.
So
we're already an hour and 5
All
in,
right,
but
so you know what?
maybe we can tell different, you know, maybe we can do a vet origin story in pieces, you know.
I would love to do that. We can, you know what? I might make it like an intro and shit vet origin stories. You know, that's really interesting. It's so funny because I had a similar situation. I was a peace officer or a campus police officer at New York University. I was 21 years old, and there was it's so funny because my wife is Jennifer Lee Diaz, now Jennifer Lee Hernandez, or JLD, and one of the other young ladies that I really fell for, and we really loved each other a lot, and she was wonderful, but it didn't work out, and we were together for a long time. She was also JLD, but she was Jennifer Lynn Downing, and this was yep, this was the first Caucasian female. Now I want you to hear me out here, right, guys? And I want you to hear me out, vet. You know, it's very rare that you find well, not anymore. I don't know what's in the food now, but at that time, to see a petite little thing like that with I guess you would say a badunkadunk, that when I saw her walking out of the dorm, now we weren't supposed to be dating. She was my age, pretty much my age and stuff like that, but you know, you're not supposed to, you know. But when she walked out, she's wearing these tight fucking capri pants. They were in style back then, you know, just fucking real fitted. And she was, I was like, holy shit. When I said to myself, the minute she comes back, I'm going to ask her out on the date. And we did. Condom broke the first 2 times.
Huh. I wonder if that was an accident.
I don't know. No, I wouldn't know. I've always been responsible, dude. You kidding me? But I don't know, man. She had me to a point that shit broke.
What? I got you. Jerome says, work friend, huh? Yes, Jerome. At that point, she was a work friend, and then she immediately wasn't. As soon as I saw her walking with her ass. Okay, that's the whole point of the story. Yeah,
it's the type of ass that needs a theme song.
Kinda, yeah. Changed my whole idea about it, about everything.
And speaking of theme song, here's the theme song by what is it? NXT Hall of Famer. You know what? You'll do the whole thing.
First ballot Hall of Famer Poppy with her album, the NXT soundtrack, streaming on YouTube and Spotify and all your favorite listening platforms.
Now, what we're gonna do is, you know, we're doing good time. We're only an hour in. I'm fucking shocked. We're gonna review NXT, and then we're gonna quickly, give our predictions for the pay-per-view. So as we go on, this is your NXT review. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NXT, WWE NXT, 8/17/19, 1921, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the go-home show for NXT, what's the fucking thing? Takeover 36, coming to you live on the cock. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited about this. So, speaking about cock, I don't know where to go segue from that. All right, so we start off the show with hey, so we were promised that a fucking cruiserweight title match. Do you know why the fuck Shinsuke Nakamura wasn't able to defend his title? What's his name?
Oh, Shinsuke Nakamura is not a cruiserweight. His Intercontinental Championship will not be defended on NXT.
What's the guy's name?
But you mean Kushida, I think.
They're not. It's not the same guy.
No. Well, one guy's like 6'3" and the other guy's like 3'6".
Got it. All right. So the little Japanese guy is supposed to defend his title. Apparently, he got sick or something, or nobody's saying exact. I don't know. I didn't do any research. Can anybody in the chat tell me what the hell happened to him? Why he couldn't defend his title?
If their sources are available to them or anything like ours, they won't know either because they're being very cryptic about it.
Yeah.
He just, wasn't cleared. What isn't that what they said on the show? It's like he wasn't cleared or something.
I don't know. COVID. Anyway, so we get Ilya Draganov versus Roderick Strong, and in my opinion, I'll just say this right off the bat: wrong. I don't think they should have done this match. It did nothing for either guy. Number one, I don't want to see Ilya Dragunov in a match before the biggest match of his life. And then number two, you got Roderick Strong. You know what? I'll just tell you, Roderick Strong loses, and he loses fucking clean. Okay, they beat the fucking shit out of each other, to a point that Dragunov actually bled as wrestling the hard way. So I think it was on a German suplex where this kid landed on his face somehow. He got busted wide open. Oh boy, this was just stupid booking, in my humble opinion. And I'm saying this more and more about NXT every single week. A lot of things have changed, guys. When I first started reviewing this show back with Ben, it was a much better show. When me and Vet started doing this, it was a much better show. And it's like it seems to be digressing. But what did you think of this match? And do you think what I'm saying is stupid?
No, it's not stupid. It's very similar to what we saw open the show last week. You had Saray and Dakota Kai in a match that neither one of them needed to be in, and didn't help either one of them out. It's the same situation here. You have a substitution, so you're putting that substitution in, and that that substitution just so happens to be in a big angle coming up.
That's terrible.
Is this really that these guys can't compete? Ember Moon was now I did find out, according to Ember Moon, what she said, the reason she wasn't in the match is because she had some dental work done and she was still ready to go and was willing to work.
Was she?
I don't know, Ray. I just have to go on what she says. That's what she said. So she said she was ready to go, but they just didn't want her to do it. So what that sounds like to me is that they had other plans. And they decided to call an audible regardless of whether someone was healthy or not. And then you look at how that worked, where Dakota Kai goes over on this unbeaten person, and that's leading into a match coming up at TakeOver against Raquel Gonzalez. Now, fast forward to this week, and it's the same situation. Kushida's supposed to have a championship match with Roderick Strong. All of a sudden, Kushida's nowhere to be found. They put in this other guy that's got a match coming up at TakeOver, and he goes over. So you see the pattern here.
I see.
They're trying to make contenders look strong for TakeOver, but why do you need to do that at the expense of somebody else that was an angle with a different person?
No.
Now you've shut their angle down.
Yeah, man. All right, you know what? I was late on this, but I have to throw this in.
That's what she said. Or he said.
See, I use that one because I can use the other ones, but this is all inclusive. Got a couple of questions here from the from
peanut
the chat
gallery.
Here. Yeah. How do you you know what, Vet? This is we have a veteran of the ring, a Rip Rogers guy. I forgot to put that in the intro. A Rip Rogers guy.
No, you did. You got it.
Okay. All right. I do things like fucking like a robot and shit. It's automatic. How do you bust yourself open on a German suplex? Vet, engage.
You don't. Any other questions?
Well, apparently, who was this here? I think somebody said that he bladed himself.
Spaceman, of course, Spaceman with his wild, wacky conspiracy theories.
No,
I don't think he bladed himself because I don't think this match was in a position that needed it, and I don't think he's I don't think he's in a position to be having blade jobs done as fucking short time as he's been in the business. So I think it was just a hard way from one of the errant strikes because these guys were going at it. I mean,
They were.
if you like guys going at it hard, you know what I'm saying?
What?
Balls to the wall. You know, it's just sweaty, just grunting, flesh smacking.
Oh,
if that's your thing, this is the match for you. I definitely, I would recommend that. And you're going to see in all seriousness, you're going to see a thing when you see Draganov versus Walter 2 coming up this weekend. That's going to be tough. Now, Ray, did you ever go back and watch Draganov versus Walter 1? You've had a month to do it now.
I could not care less.
And you really?
No.
So if I say, Ray, I think this is kind of important that you see this match, you're like,
fine. All right, you know what?
Who cares? Who
All
cares?
right, no. You know what? I am going to
forget about it.
I promise you this. I'm going to make a promise now, and I keep my promises as much as I can. All right, 90% of the time, 93% of the time, I keep my promises if I can. And I will say this: I will watch this match before Friday. Fair?
Okay.
But I have a question to the people booking this.
And real quick before you get into that,
gay? Why are you gay?
all you guys in the chat, you better have watched it, or you are going to watch it before this weekend.
Yeah. Yes, you have to watch it. Apparently,
who in here has seen it? You let me know.
All right. Yeah. Ray hates
right.
Imperium Nazis. I do hate Imperium. I think they suck. Anyway, let's move on here. So we got Draganov who goes over with the torpedo. By the way, I hate his finisher. It's like a spinning, like a terrible European uppercut where he just hits him with his back.
I didn't. I've never seen him hit a finisher. I don't know what his finisher is, so I was surprised as anyone when I saw that.
Scott in the chat.
Wood.
He says he's seen it. Did you like it? Did you think it was a good match? I don't know. Sell me on it, buddy. Anyway. All right, post match, we got Walter, who. That's another thing when he's calling out Walter, am I pretty?
He's a lot.
Yeah, it's too much. We see Samoa Joe making his way to the arena. Back from commercial, we get the Prime. All right, we get a video package of Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. Anything you want to say about this video package as we move on?
No, it's a fine video package that they made, but we are just kind of already done with it, so it's unfortunate.
You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is.
It's like missionary position every single night.
Hit Row, they make their entrance, and B-Fab gets on the mic, and she talks about Santos Escobar ripping Swerve's grill out, and how he calls out Santos Escobar, so on and so forth. Anyway, so basically Hit Row comes out, and again, progressively every single week they get less and less hood and more stupid. They were, I wish I had that soundbite. They were what we thought they were.
Oh.
You know, what coach was that?
Yeah, you want to, it was Dennis Green.
Oh my God, dude.
If you want to crown their ass, then crown them.
Jesus. This is just terrible. Anyway, with that being said, this was a shitty segment where it was like so predictable and so wrestling. Oh, come to the parking lot, man. Hey, listen. So Santos Escobar's like, hey, come to the parking lot, Holmes. I will be your friend. I'll give you your grill back. Yo, we call it even. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take that from a fucking Mexican.
That was very nice of him. Wasn't that nice of him? He just politely offered. I'm sorry. I was wrong. Here, have it back.
And then you get the hood rapper who just trusts this guy and fucking, even though he's been raised in a hood and shot 6 times, he fucking goes back there. Oh, no. You guys, protection, you stay here. I'll go handle this myself. Where obviously he got fucking jumped in the back again. And then I'm telling you, this faction, the Latino faction, they need a fucking big dude. They need a Sean Hernandez or something like that. Those guys were getting tossed around like little baby torpedoes. Oh, God. Please help me here.
I can't help you. Did you like how as soon as he stepped outside, it turns into a cinematic 3-camera shoot?
I don't know. Yes.
Like they were all like they had coverage already. Like they knew there was going to be a brawl in the parking lot, and it deserved the Martin Scorsese treatment.
Breaking news. We have 2 guys in the parking lot, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the back of the arena where we have 5 cameras and a drone flying overhead. I agree, dude.
The biggest thing about this, and it ties into what we've already talked about in the past, especially last week, is Hit Row comes out there, beats everybody up.
They do.
And that's it. There's no heat again.
Nope.
Like, where's the heat? Is there any heat? I think Hit Row is the greatest faction of all time because they don't sell anything. They don't do any jobs. They just run over everybody they come across. So
fucking Row Warriors, dude.
Yeah, they're basically the greatest. You better call them up and just have them take over now. They're the new Shield.
And then they pulled. I agree with you, Bobo. He nearly fell off his couch laughing when Homeboy got torpedoed into that garage door. I've seen that somewhere.
Gosh, if only I could remember where I've seen that these guys have also probably seen it.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Reliving the New World Order, of course, on Rey Mysterio. But this was the drizzling shit, man. This was bad. This was not good. So not good. The only thing I liked about this, and there's one redeeming thing about this.
Oh.
Was BFAB actually got involved. She grabbed the pipe and was laying motherfuckers out. That I liked. Other than
she did that before, but they didn't do nothing to her last time. Remember, or she hit somebody with a chair and then just didn't get punched. Yeah. That was like, that was your chance for heat, guys. You could have punched BFAB, and everybody would be like, "Oh my God, this Mexican drug dealer is just heartless."
Just hit that transgender. I think her penis got in the way. What? Anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time.
Whoa! I'm going to the top, and I'm going to the moon. Whoa! Yeah.
I'll keep my eyes on the chat for a Colin Wysong appearance.
I say dummy. Dummy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Colin's. When he walks into a room, that automatically plays. Okay, so
I think of it more the other way, like it's a mating call, and when that plays, he automatically walks into the room. That's the way I always thought.
Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's see if we get Colin.
I say dummy. Dummy. Yeah.
Not that part. The Cameron Grimes part, because he might not have heard it because he might have had his head in a pizza oven or something.
Oh, shove his head in a pizza oven. All right, so you should be so happy that you're not in our Facebook chat anymore. Because I have a chat with Colin and with Billy Ray Valentine, and those two are just despicable people. They're just terrible inside. Awful. They treat me like shit.
Not wholesome and friendly like me?
Nope.
Oh.
I miss you in the chat.
Well.
Apparently I can't fucking text you. You get an attitude with me.
What's this dirty? Should we air the laundry live? We're live.
Yes. Tell me what I did wrong. What the fuck did I do wrong?
You didn't do nothing except read the text wrong. All I said was like Ray texted me some stuff and asked me about it, and I was just like, I don't care. Do what you want. But he read it as like, I don't care. Do what you want.
No. Well, that's how it comes. Well, here's
so
the deal.
In fairness, I could have worded it better, but a lot of the time when I get text messages, I'm like, Oh,
that got you sleeping.
Yeah, there's a good chance that during most normal people's hours of the day, I might just be waking up or whatever. So it's not like I'm trying to be rude. It's just that I give you the information that I think is pertinent, and that's it. And you should just assume that I'm not mad at anybody or anything like that. I trust you guys to know that I'm cool, man. I'm cool.
I can be sensitive, and you know that.
Yeah. Well,
anyway.
I don't have time for that shit.
Oh, fuck off then. How's that?
You got a wife to be sensitive around.
She hates that shit. She's like, for a guy. She knows like.
She's like, I'm the man in this relationship. Have you ever had that? Have you ever had that thrown in your face, Ray? Have you ever had that thrown in your face?
Well, here's the deal, and this is what she doesn't understand. I'm an asshole, and I could be tough, and I could be mean, and everything like that. But around her, I let my fucking guard down. Around people that I really care about, or I like, or I consider my friend vet, I let my guard down. And then when they hurt me, it's fucking deep.
If they hurt you,
but you hurt me.
But if you get hurt on your own, I mean, I can't hold your hand through life. You You're gonna have to watch those pitfalls and make smart decisions. Sergio says the vet is a heel during text messaging. He can definitely confirm that. He's gotten more heel texts from me of him just saying something completely innocuous and innocent, and me typing back like "shut the fuck up, Mark" or something like that.
Oh, wonderful.
You know, so in those instances, but he knows what I mean. Yeah. So, but anyways, enough of that bullshit. Let's talk about Cameron Grimes and LA Knight, because that's what we all love, right?
You know, I'm still on a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. Can you break down this segment? You know, prior to the match and.
Well, basically, LA Knight hires Josh Briggs to put a hit out on Cameron Grimes. And,
who's Josh Briggs again? Who's this guy?
He's that guy that's fatter than we remember, and he lost in the breakout tournament.
Look, he lost about 10 pounds, though, since last week. How do you do that?
How do you lose 10 pounds in a week?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been pretty hot. I'm sure in Florida it's super hot. So just a night's sleep, he's probably going to lose 10 pounds just lying there.
Well, not if you sleep in a fucking room with my wife, who literally puts the fucking, I don't know, she broke the fucking gauge gimmick where she can make it much colder than what it needs to be.
she engineered a new Arctic temperature. Yeah.
Vet, it's so fucking cold in my room at night. I wake up with a fucking sinus headache every day. It's incredible. It takes me an hour to get normal, to defrost.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
So please, yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't have any notes for this. I don't give a shit about this.
All right, Cameron Grimes wins, beats the fucking guy up. Actually, he got beat up most of the match, but then hulked up and hit him with a double stomp in the chest and get took over. And
how do you double stomp how is your move a double stomp in the chest? Like every time that requires the guy to be basically horizontal, but he always does it on a standing person. Yeah, I don't think physics work like that, especially this guy. So, and he does that move, the collision course too, which is also impossible. That one where it's like a crossbody that flips around.
I like that though. That's kind of cool, but it's not fucking real. Whatever. It's wrestling. Yeah. Shit happens. So Cameron Grimes goes over. Blah 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 blah. Okay. We get a little segment with Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae. They're hanging out with Indy Hartwell, and they act disgusted that she relays these details regarding the fact that they made out everywhere and so on and so forth. But really, she was talking about her girlfriend. Anyway, do you want to talk about this, or can we move
on? Did you catch the line when she was asking about if he enjoyed dessert?
Oh, and pie.
He was like, yeah, he's like, he even had room for pie.
Oh, did he? Did he?
Not hers, because, yeah.
All right, so we go back from fucking awful. We come back from commercial, and we have Io Shirai and Zoe Stark. They're and Io Shirai is making it very clear, I am not interested in you. Is that how this went? Come on.
Try Indy Hartwell.
No, thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, just for the people in the chat that are saying, doesn't Finn Balor does the same? Yeah, Finn Balor jumps off the top rope on a lying opponent.
That makes sense.
Cameron Grimes jumps from the ground onto a standing opponent and somehow lands on top of them. It'd be like
though.
It'd be like somebody trying to slide into a base in baseball and the guy catches the ball and just jumps on him like that. He'd have to be sliding already. You're not going to put your feet flat against somebody else. That's called a drop kick when they're standing. Anyway,
Zoe Stark talks about how they have different backgrounds. They don't speak the same language. Blah, 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 blah. Just like Rome wasn't built in a day. It was just, they're going to be defending the tag titles. By the way, I have an updated list here because I think they only had 4 or 5 matches listed for the pay-per-view, but I found out what the other matches were. So there's 8 matches. We got to run through real quick.
8? Fuck.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it quick. We have
I'm thinking of watching it, not predicting it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to play this thing. You're thinking about watching what?
The 8 matches.
I'm going to watch it too. I'm going to watch it at work.
I don't want to. I want to watch 5. I want to watch 8.
You're going to watch 8. And when you hear some of the matches, you're going to be like, fuck.
Shit. All right. Well.
All right. Here's our next segment. And I just want to play this.
And what we got over here? A cup of potatoes. A cup of potatoes.
Yeah, we got a cup of potatoes over here. We got Index, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God, kill me. Versus that's Dexter Lumis and Indy Harbaugh versus Jesse Kamea and Robert Stone. Now, the one note I have here, I loved how Robert Stone looked in this match. Yeah. What did you think? What did you think of his work? What did you think of the way he dressed? I didn't know he had the fucking ponytail gimmick. He looks great. He looks fantastic.
I believe that's what they call a weave or an extension.
Oh, well, he looks fantastic. He looked great, man. I'm serious. Like, I like the whole gimmick, like his outfit, the no shoes and everything. He looked like a Gucci TIE fighter or something like that.
Didn't they make fun of a Steven Seagal, like he did it in honor of Steven Seagal or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Steven Seagal's ever been that thin. Well, maybe above the law, but yeah, definitely. I like that he didn't try to do any wrestling moves in this, because all he's ever been presented as here is a manager, and he's gotten beat up by women.
There's Kevin Pena says he wore the ponytail in honor of Steven Seagal.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Why?
I don't know.
Are they dating?
He likes Steven Seagal, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, so he didn't try to do wrestling moves. He just basically took bumps and got beat up by women, which is what he always has done.
Sonic the Hedgehog just made a fucking great point here, man. You want to read that one out, or you want me to?
Double stomp to the chest, throwing a backflip, and you got Starman's move from NES Pro Wrestling.
Who didn't use? I used Starman. That was my guy. Who did you use?
I tried everybody, but it's hard to resist the Amazon.
Love the bite. Amazon. Yes, the Amazon was over with me. Amazon, was it King Corn Karn?
King Corn Karn, Fighter Hayabusa.
Yep.
That wasn't Antonio Inoki or anything.
Well, it was supposed to be. Oh, I want to talk next week about WWE 2K22. Are you going to buy it? Or are you going to play it or no?
I don't know, guys. Should I buy it and play it?
I think so.
I got burned really bad with the last one.
Well,
and I don't like 2K games anyway. I just don't like them. They're not fun to me.
Apparently, what they did this year for this show
is what they say every year, that they do everything all over, and they start everything, and it's going to be a combination of No Mercy and Here Comes the Pain.
Right.
Isn't that what everybody says when they make a wrestling game? It's
still have Here Comes.
Clearly, these people have never played either of those games.
Those games, Here Comes the Pain was fucking great, dude. Like, you could play universe mode and never get bored. It could just went on and on career mode. I mean, and you could pick wrestlers and switch. See, like, this is one thing. Like, I hate that you can only be one wrestler in like a story, and you have to relive something. In the old games, like the computer generated a storyline, and it would just be like throw you into different with feuds and whatever, and then you can challenge for different titles. You had choices, like Vince McMahon would approach you in the back, or whoever, Stephanie, and be like, "Hey, would you like to challenge for the tag team title or the Intercontinental title?" And so on and so forth. And it was fucking great, dude. And I think that's the way they're going with this. So I got to do some more research. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll see. We're still a little time away, but Chappie says, hell no, Vet. And I would trust Chappie because he creates a lot of content. If you go to his YouTube channel, he's got a lot of 2K19 comment. That's the community game right there, 2K19. Everybody that plays these games is playing that one. They've skipped 2K20 and they've ignored Battlegrounds, hopefully. And they're still on the 2K19 grind.
Hold on, Vet. I have my brother calling me on my fucking Apple Watch. Can you please take over this segment?
Sure.
All right.
So from this point, we were talking about the tag team match with the mixed tag match. Like I was saying, Robert Stone did a good job in his role as a weak manager. That's exactly the way he should have played it. And the match went out pretty much. The whole excuse was just to get to the proposal, where Indy gets down on one knee and proposes to Dexter Lumis. And of course he accepts with a nod of the head. And then she actually kissed him this time. I mean, it wasn't much. It was a terrible kiss if you like kisses, but it's still, at least she actually did it. You couldn't hide it. So it was a respect for that. She's playing her role, and that's what you got to do. So let's see, what do we got after this? Crosswalks. Then we got the Rock and Doc interview, where Raquel Gonzalez is just, she says something, and then Dakota says, big words from Big Mommy Cool. That's the level of writing that we're at here. Did you catch that one, Ray? This is the level. I'm on the promo, of the Rock and Doc interview, and we're at the level of writing where Dakota says, "Big words from Big Mommy Cool."
Oh, did you went past the what do you call it, the engagement?
Yeah, I mean, you were on the phone side.
I was on the
skip past it.
This fucking Apple Watch is great, but if you have the walkie-talkie feature, turn it off, because people will hit you up out of the fucking blue. Like the other day, I'm at work, vet, and my brother, he goes, "Yo, homo, hey fag, pick up." I'm like, oh my god! Like I literally had to power down the fucking watch as one of the board members is walking into the lobby.
Well, we're gonna have to power down YouTube here if you keep talking like that out loud. So
no, I'm not. I'm just saying what he said.
I know, but they don't care. So anyway,
That's what she said.
We're on the.
Or he said.
So we're on the. We're on the interview, and Raquel calls herself a super estrella.
Yes.
Now that's your Spanish. You didn't give us a Spanish lesson for today, Ray. But what does super estrella stand for? What does that mean?
She's a fucking tall drink of water is what she is. She's just a superstar.
A superstar.
With manly shoulders.
Yeah.
You like her butt? Do you like her butt? It's kind of narrow and muscly.
Raquel? Yeah, not so much. Not so much.
You like
Not
do you like her man face?
She's kind of pretty.
Right. It's weird. It's like a certain angle, It's like maybe laying down, standing over you with a club.
She couldn't help it. She was born with that face. I don't know if she's done a lot of work to it. If she has, then you can blame her for it. But, I don't think she's an ugly lady. She's fine however she wants to do it. She wants to be super lean. She wants to be a little bit muffin toppy like she was when she first started. Whatever she wants to do,
I liked her then.
You like the muffin?
I like a little. I don't know. There's some. I mean, when I was with that.
¿Cómo se dice muffin in Spanish?
I don't know if there's a word like. I mean, bizcocho is cake. Bizcocho. Bizcochito. Yes.
Little cake.
Little cake.
But a cupcake is not quite a muffin. It's a little different. I don't know.
Hold on. Let's ask my friend.
Ask the watch.
How to say muffin in Spanish? Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
In Spanish, muffin is mollete.
Did you get that?
I heard it, but how is it spelled?
It's spelled M-O-L-L-E-T-E or double L.
Okay.
So there you go. Mollete. So I want you to go into your local 7-Eleven or your local Dunkin' Donuts or Dippin' Donuts, because, Demetrius, and say, "Hey, Triple D, dame dos molletes." Do that.
Okay.
They probably smack you. Anyway,
okay. Right.
So what are we talking about here?
I think we're just wrapping up this interview segment. It didn't really get me any more excited for their match, so I guess it didn't do its job.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares about this. This is something I did care about and something I enjoyed very much. Maybe you didn't, I don't know, but Carmelo Hayes versus Duke Hudson. NXT Breakouts tournament. These breakout tournament matches, in my opinion, have been really good. I've enjoyed them quite a lot, to be honest with you. And I thought this was great. I thought the way they booked this was great. The only thing, obviously, Duke Hudson killed himself on that fucking spike DDT on the apron. He slipped off the apron and he went what it looked like chest first or shoulder first into the apron. Thank God I don't think he got.
Yeah, it looked worse than it was just because he slipped, but I don't think he hurt himself.
Right. Thank God. But this was good, man. This kid Carmelo Hayes, he goes over. He wins the match. He hits like this awesome leg drop off the top rope, which is a good move. He can do it on anybody, but it can't. It's one of those things where if that's your finisher, you're gonna get hurt long term.
He's gonna need hip replacement surgery in about 10 years if he lasts that long. Yeah.
That kid is. He's good, man. I like him a lot.
Ray obviously likes Carmelo Hayes. Everybody here knows it. He's not been shy about it.
Nope,
I
not at all.
Was incorrect. I did not believe they would have Carmelo Hayes win this. And I do think it's stupid. I don't really like it. I like to see good guy, bad guy, but
right.
whatever. They've barely done anything to really get any heat for Duke Hudson anyway, other than like he just walks out and has that look on his face. Like that's the level of heat that we're getting in 2021. We're not even trying to be heels anymore. But yeah, here we go. So now he and good old Odyssey Jones are gonna face off in the breakout tournament finals.
Let me ask you a question. How cringe were you? How cringy was it when Odyssey Jones came out, right? And I thought Carmelo Hayes cut a realistic good. This was a good promo. I don't feel like anybody wrote this. Like the way he did it. What do you think?
Ray loves Carmelo Hayes.
He's really. But I love Odyssey Jones too. So now Odyssey Jones comes out, and I forgot what the fuck he said, but he did the whole fucking. Who's that guy that basically killed his presidential fucking race? He was like, "We're going to Tennessee. We're going to Texas. We're going to Minnesota." Yeah. What was that guy? He screamed. He was running for president.
I forget.
Anyway, so Odyssey Jones comes out.
The chat will know. The chat will know who you're talking about.
Yeah, who's that guy? We're going to Texas. We're going to New York. We're going to California. We're
going to the moon.
No? Okay. So
it was Cameron Grimes. That's who it was.
It was Cameron Grimes. And Odyssey Jones comes out and he does this whole fucking he just yells. He's pumping his fist and shit. I'm just like, oh man, that looks stupid. He looked like a fool. Now, between these two guys, I saw a little heel tendencies from Odyssey Jones. Almost like you little piece of you peon. Odyssey Jones, I could see him being, I mean, he's built to be a baby face. But can you see him being that smug, smiley, you know how Kurt Angle was, the three eyes, and telling people to eat, drink their milk and shit like that. Like, can you see Odyssey Jones being that guy too?
No. I mean, not that it's beyond his ability. I'm just saying I don't know if that's a good idea. I think he's fine. I think where he's at is fine. He seems like a really hype, exciting guy, and looks like he's a lot of fun, and the people would enjoy watching him beat people up. So I think they should kind of stick in that lane. They turn everybody heel. Yeah. I mean, who can you really get behind anymore? So if you've got a natural baby face, like, why fight it? I mean, they're going to do it. I can guarantee you, but I'm just saying, like, they shouldn't. And that's kind of how you would have to play it. Like, that little subtlety that you're talking about, if he's going to have a match with another, hold on, Spaceman. Look, we're not even done talking about the segment that was right before this, what you're talking about, okay? So we haven't even chronologically got to it. We didn't skip over it.
Gosh.
We skipped over a couple other things, and you didn't point that out, but whatever. Like, so I'm talking about Odyssey Jones here. And so, like, somebody's going to have the sympathy in this match, and that's going to be Carmelo, just for the simple fact that he's way smaller. So even if Odyssey Jones is a babyface, he has to be a heel just from the size perspective. Like, oops, sorry, I'm way bigger than you. So that him leaning into it a tiny bit, that's fine. Now, that's cool. Let's get to this important spot we had with bootleg Chelsea Green. Excuse me, JC Jane, I think is what they're calling her here. She says a couple of words, walks by a rail, and they show some roses. What do you want me to say about that? What the fuck do you want me to add to that? There's nothing there. Did she even have a match on this show, or did she just walk by a rail?
They didn't even show her butt.
Yeah, no butt review. Like, dumb. I've seen it anyways. I'm going to say 6, but regardless, I don't know what you wanted me to say about this. So if you guys could all just calm down.
What about MSK firing up backstage?
Did you like it?
Yeah.
Neither did I.
What about Ted DiBiase giving the old pep talk, the old reverse psychology to Cameron Grimes?
Well, he remembered what to say this time, so that's a plus.
Yeah, that guy. Oof. One of the greatest talkers.
they're like, all right, Ted, all pre-tapes from here on out.
Oh boy. Okay, so we got Imperium, Fabian, fuck whatever the name is, versus NXT for the NXT Tag Team Championship. This was these guys beat the shit out of each other. I enjoyed this match. It was okay. It was good. MSK goes over after Walter comes out and fucking, shocks the world and fucking interferes in this match. A lot of Walter. And then Draganov comes out, and then he touches Walter, and they get into a fight. So, again, WWE or NXT, they're spoiling the fact that, you know, I don't want to see Draganov in a match. I don't want to see him touching Walter. You know, what do we have to look forward to in the fucking pay-per-view? We're talking about this tag team match. Did you enjoy this shit? Did you enjoy the finish? Did you enjoy the booking? So on and so forth?
The match was actually all right. Nothing I'm going to write home about. Just for the record, Kevin Panetta's got a comment there. LA Knight needs to be on the main roster, but he also had another comment before that, which is, I need to see some more Gigi Dolan, sexy mommy. I'll review that, but as a 8.79.
Hold on.
Okay.
Cujo's asking how their butt look. We don't know.
Yeah.
They didn't show it.
They didn't show it this time, but like I said, we've seen it before. It's about a 6, I think.
6, really?
Yeah. You know, it's a little okay, but nothing to write home about. So there's a spot in this match where Bartel puts on an ankle lock on Wes Lee, and then he pulled him to the corner to tag Eichner. Now, can you tell me what's wrong with that, Ray?
Say it again.
Marcel Bartel puts an ankle lock on Wes Lee in the middle of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
And then he drags him with the ankle lock over to the corner to tag his partner.
I don't know what's wrong with it.
Anybody else care to take a guess? I mean, we don't have all day, but you know,
was he supposed to release the hold before he tags the partner?
No, just think about it. You got an ankle lock is a shoot hold. It's a shoot finishing hold.
Mm-hmm.
The guy is either and pro wrestling has trained you that it's just something like you could fight through the pain, but it's not a matter of pain. An ankle lock doesn't hurt until it's about to destroy your knee. Right. So like it's basically when a guy in MMA gets you in an ankle lock, okay, and I've talked about this with Colin a lot, so some of these people have heard this before. The guy gets you in an ankle lock, he's basically just warning you, like, I've got you. You gonna tap out? No? Okay, snap, and that's it. There's no, ow, my ankle hurts, my ankle. It's not even about your ankle. It's about your knee. So when they twist and your knee explodes, that's when it's over. So yeah, there you go. Cujo got it immediately. Why are you in the tag there?
You're in control. Right.
He's in the middle of the ring with a shoot submission finish on, and then he just drags him over to tag out. And it would have been different if he was like, if he puts the hold on and then Wesley like flips over to reverse the pressure, like he flips to his back and tries to kick him off or something. Then if he does that, then it's like, okay, well now I've lost the hold. I'll drag him back and tag out now because I've lost control. That is where you would do that. It's just those little tiny psychology things. It's like, how do you have guys like Shawn Michaels, Triple H, Terry Taylor, Steve Regal, like all these people work there and not one of them ever told these guys that? I hope somebody told him after that. Maybe I'm not giving him enough credit. Maybe he did that in the middle of the match and didn't tell anybody he was going to do it. And then they watch the tape and they're like, why would you do that? I'm sure somebody's told him that. I'm sure somebody in the tape room told him that. But He should have already fucking known that, especially since his whole gimmick is respect the sanctity of this ring. Mm-hmm. You know, so think a little bit about that shit when you're doing it. Now, as Walter appears to get involved here, he basically dominates everybody and just beats everybody up, right? But one little thing I like about Walter that separates how like guys just go out there and do stuff for the sake of doing stuff and how main eventers carry themselves in these situations. Now, his reaction, do you remember his reaction when MSK actually hits their move and goes over? Do you remember Walter's reaction?
No.
He's beating the shit out of Draganov, I guess, who also came down there.
Okay.
He's beating the shit out of Draganov in the aisle. He turns around like right as he hears the bell ring, walks up to the ring, and then like he slams both of his hands on the mat like in frustration, and then immediately turns back and starts kicking the shit out of Draganov again. It's like, well, what can I do? Better beat the shit out of this guy. Rather than he didn't do. Now, if this was in WWE, they would be telling him like, just go like this, like.
Right, with his hands on his head.
Yeah. Instead, Walter's just like, you fucking assholes, and then turns around and starts taking it out on Draganov like he should. those little now that's another detail. That's a good detail.
Right.
That's somebody that nobody told Walter that he needed to do. He knew how to do that because he knows who he is and he knows who his character is. And his character is basically, this is how I would do it if this shit was real. So, anyways.
It's kind of like the 2 kick out shock face. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get 3. Right?
Right. How shocked can you be? Now, on that note, since you brought that up, the correct way to do something like that is if somebody kicks out and you don't expect them to kick out, you can have an expression of shock like you can't believe it, but you also have to sell and show fatigue why you can't just follow up. You know what I mean? Like, it's like it took everything out of you to give him that move, and he kicked out of it, and now you're tired too, and you can't follow up on it. So you can go, and then pass out. Right. But that's different than just sitting there dumbfounded on your ass, like giving him time to recover.
Well, just like you said, like slap the mat in frustration. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Speaking of that, you know,
over here?
A cup of potatoes. So how many times do you see guys selling, and then they'll be selling like and then all of a sudden they like pound the ground with their fist, like, oh, I'm mad, but I'm also hurt, but I'm mad. You know, that's stupid. If you have time to be mad, then get up and fight. Why are you sitting there punching the ground and selling? Why don't you just get up and fight then if you're okay?
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Pussy. You pussy.
Yeah, it's not a question of being frustrated. It's a question of, are you hurt or not?
You dumb, right? Dumb.
Yeah, idiot.
Dummy. Anyway. Can we go to the main event of the evening, which is talking?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about Pete and Ridge. There's nothing to say there either.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to run, and I say run through the pay-per-view matches right after this. So we get Karrion Kross and we get Samoa Joe. And they're going at each other back and forth. And boy, whoever put those barricades up did a good job because they had some issues getting through them things, man. Why don't you talk about the debacle that was this go home to the pay-per-view for the big match for the main event of the evening?
I don't know. I didn't mind that part as much because those shit ain't supposed to be easy to knock over. It's actually like a fence. I guess it's just a decorative fence. So It's nice to see somebody struggle to actually break through something rather than it looked like it was just a house of cards that fell over, like an announce table or something. But
quick question: did you like the disrespectful fans going in for themselves or whatever, putting themselves over, cheering or begging for where is Scarlett? That was fucking the shit. It's like WWE did this to themselves. You know that, right?
It's not a bad question, crowd. Where is Scarlett?
Where is she?
Come on.
Are they having issues? I can't get into that. Oh, I'll tell you off air. I will tell you off air.
Okay, well, anyways, the note I have for this whole thing is, did you see the cranial ridge on that middle security guard? Holy shit. That guy stepped straight out of the Evolution of Man drawing.
Well, so what he's talking about, he had the big caveman brow. He looked like Walter's little brother. Because Walter, by the way, somebody said I can't see where it is here. Walter looked like Mike Martin. He goes, I think Walter just looked like a regular normal dude. What normal people do you fucking have in your neighborhood? I don't know.
Maybe he just means the fact that he walked out in a tracksuit like some Italian guy from Bensonhurst or whatever. But I'm just saying, like, that's kind of good. I mean, in a way, he is a giant normal dude.
He's great. I like Walter a lot, dude. Over the last couple of weeks, I've actually got a chance to see him. He's the most believable fucking guy possibly on the entire roster.
Right, because
all of WWE.
He believes it. You know what I mean? So, that's basically how you have to be. But yeah, he's but this guy's humongous Cro-Magnon brow. Even Walter would be like, mein Gott.
What about that poor young guy that got pinned underneath those two guys?
I mean,
did you see the security guard that was just like in pain? And I know he was selling, but I know he was fucking hurt at the same time.
Welcome to the business, kid.
Yeah, no shit. So with all that being said, I think it's safe to say we can jump into the pay-per-view predictions here. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump into the predictions of NXT Takeover
36. Ladies and gentlemen, NXT 36 is coming to you from Orlando, Florida, August 22nd, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, this show will be on the cock. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing pleasure. You can see it on the cock.
Cock pleasure.
Cock pleasure. And I'm going to kick this off. I don't know if this is the actual lineup, but I just threw the matches here, and we'll talk about it like this. We're going to kick it off with Odyssey Jones versus Carmelo Hayes. And this is for the breakout NXT tournament. Who do you think goes over and why, Vet?
Who do I think goes over, or who should go over, or both?
Both.
All right. I think that they will probably put Carmelo Hayes over, because reason being, look at Odyssey Jones. He doesn't need any help. Whereas Carmelo Hayes has one fan in the entire world, maybe two if you count his mom. And I think people will need a little more convincing on Carmelo Hayes, even though, you know, everything that you said about him is on point. He's a handsome kid. He's got a good body. Yeah, see, I check guys out, you know what I mean? Like I said earlier.
By the way, that young lady that interviewed him, oh, she's a cutie.
Yeah, who is that? Just another random microphone stand.
Well, she was
coming out of nowhere while people is getting released.
Anyway.
We release 20 people. I hire one lady to hold a mic.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's fine.
Hold the mic. She did a great job.
She can hold it. I couldn't give her a butt review though, because I didn't really get a good look. So sorry. Sorry guys. I'll update you maybe next week as things go on, you know, as we're able to see more butts here. See more butts.
See more butts.
Come on, guys. I want to see more butts. Yeah. Let's see. But I would just go with Odyssey Jones anyway myself, because fuck Carmelo Hayes. I don't give a shit about him.
We have Bernie DC that's asking me if the 6-man hit row Legado the Fantasma. Well, anyway, let me answer your question. Yes, I just found out a few minutes before we started recording that the 6-man tag team match between Legado del Fantasma and Hit Row will be taking place on this pay-per-view. So I'm going to really quickly let you know that I believe that Carmelo Hayes will also go over for all the reasons that you said. And now we have a Hit Row versus a Legado del Fantasma. Who goes over and why?
Are you talking about this 6-man?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Hit Row goes over because nobody can beat him. They're invincible.
This is the opportunity. WWE, listen. I know you guys are listening out there. I know you are. And you know why I know you are? Because that kiss from last week was the shits. We shitted on it. We shat on it. We shat on it. And then this week was a better kiss. So I'm almost inclined to believe that there is a stooge out there that's watching this. This is the opportunity for you to bring up one of your large Latino guys that are training and have him come in as a bodyguard type guy. I think somehow Legado del Fantasma goes over with some type of interference by a new character. I don't know anything. That would be great. This is fantasy booking. I don't know, but I'm going with Legado del Fantasma to continue the feud, because these guys Hit Row has been, you're right, they've been fucking Row Warrior, Animal, and Hawk. Ugh, what a rush.
Yeah. So I can see that logic in their booking, like, well, we've just beaten up Legado del Fantasma every week so that no one would expect them to win. And then look, shocking surprise, they win. Now it's just going to seem unrealistic if they win, right?
Like, who the fuck is Isaac Anthony?
I don't know. Oh, because Liquid Sonic said, just steal Carmelo Anthony and Isaac Hayes' name.
Oh.
Yeah, in case you guys haven't ever noticed, like just look at all the guys the black guys that they've just given names of other black people throughout history. Jordan Miles, Apollo Crews. Like it's like a game of what black guys do white people know in the writers' room.
That's true.
Fictional or not.
Carmelo Hayes does look like Carmelo Anthony.
Not so much Isaac Hayes, but that's the only other black person that person in the writer room that day knew. So,
all right, I'm gonna need to speed through this because I need at least 20 minutes rest before I jump on with the Academy. Jesus,
just gonna sit there breathing hard.
Oh boy.
That's what I'm going to do. All right, so the next match that was not publicized, it's going to be Timothy Thatcher versus Ridge Holland in a nobody gives a fuck match.
What? That's not. Come on, Ray. Where are you getting this? This is not going to take place.
100%. Yep, 100%.
From who? What's your source?
I can't say.
I'm
telling you.
I think you can say.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you, it's 100%. It's going to happen. Who goes over and why?
Thatcher versus Ridge Holland?
Yep.
Or Ridge Holland because Timothy Thatcher never beat anybody and he's not going to start now with the new guy they're trying to push with his hat and his club?
I think Ridge Holland goes over.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway. So now for the $1 million championship, and if Grimes loses, DiBiase becomes Knight's butler for forever, I guess. I don't know. LA Knight.
Sorry, Cujo62, Barack Miles.
I say dummy. Dummy, yeah.
That's fantastic. Barack Biles. Little R Truth X. So many fucking names. Wow. Here we go. Who do you think goes over, man? What happens here? Do we go to the moon?
Fuck.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know, man. There's no way to tell based on what they've been doing.
I'm gonna say Grimes becomes $1 million champion.
I'm gonna say Teddy DiBiase turns on Cameron Grimes and joins LA Knight, and LA Knight goes over again.
You think so?
Yeah, and then Cameron Grimes has to be Ted DiBiase's butler.
Sure. Oh wow.
And Bernie DC is very adamant that there are only 5 matches on the pay-per-view in all caps.
I just said there's 8 matches. He
is telling you.
No,
I've never seen a man so serious in an internet chat before as Bernie DC is right now.
Bernie, trust me, there are 8 matches. I'm giving them all to you right now.
And Canada Spaceman, I did watch Fat Albert. You said, when does Mushmouth appear on WWE? I don't know, but when he appear on the WWE? Duh. Okay? Sorry.
What did you say?
Anyway.
Man, Canada Spaceman, you like school in summertime. No class.
No class. Oh, man. These kids don't know nothing about that.
Well, apparently Spaceman does. But
Hey.
Yeah.
It's Fat Albert. Anyway, I'm going to sing a song for you. Come on, you know the words? Maybe we'll learn a thing or two. Come on.
We're having fun now with Bill and all the gang. Learning from each other.
Go ahead.
While we do our thing.
Uh-huh. Nah.
Gonna have a good time.
Hey.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right. So with that being said, yes. So we have all right. So now we have the 2 out of 3 falls match. We have Kyle O'Reilly, Killer Kyle O'Reilly versus Adam Cole. First fall, traditional wrestling. Second fall, street fight. Will there be a third fall? Who knows? I'll bet the steel cage will be out there. So steel cage match if necessary. Adam Cole goes over. There's no question in my heart. What do you think?
I would say yeah, but I wouldn't. I'd put Kyle O'Reilly over for 100% sure because
of course.
Whether Cole is leaving or staying, which I think the whole thing of him like not signing his contract is just a work anyway. He's not going anywhere. Yeah, I would put Kyle O'Reilly over.
Kevin has a question.
No, absolutely not. It's terrible. Don't ever watch it.
He's asking, is the Keenan movie any good? No, it's terrible. It's terrible. I agree. All right, so all right, let's move on here. We're almost done here. We have Raquel Gonzalez. So now this is the 6th match. So we're past 5 matches. Raquel Gonzalez, the NXT Women's Champion, defending against Dakota Kai. And I think Dakota Kai wins the NXT Championship. And I think she brings in some muscle. Love muscle. Anyway, what do you think happens here, buddy?
Yeah, Raquel Dakota Kai ain't gonna be the one. Sorry.
You don't think so?
She's just killing time.
Okay. All right. I think we may be shocked.
We may be shocked. Look, you're asking me to try to make a serious prediction out of this horse shit. Mm-hmm. Like, how can I going by logic?
How can I
truly predict what a psychopath would do in this situation?
Who the fuck knows? Who knows?
Yeah. But
All right,
she
let's
shouldn't win. She shouldn't. Raquel should easily win. It should be like a fucking WrestleMania 12 Ultimate Warrior Triple H thing where she, she kicks out of her fucking finisher, goes over on her with 3 moves, and then puts a foot on her chest.
Oops, hold on. I had to close that out. Sorry about that. Okay, next we have Walter versus Ilya Draganov for the United Kingdom Championship, which was formerly the European Championship. Let's be real here. You saw the match. You saw the match between the two. You think Ilya Dragunov? I mean, storyline wise, I think I know who wins. I think I know who they're gonna finally give it to. It's gonna be Ilya Dragunov. But what do you think is gonna happen, buddy?
Yeah, I would say that too. I would, no one's ever had this much hype built up behind the title match. I mean, they came across the ocean to do this title match, so obviously they're doing that for some reason. So it'd be hard to imagine if they didn't go with it. Right. But even so, if I was in the situation, I don't think Ilya Dragunov's the one. I'm just gonna keep that belt on Walter until we definitely find the person that, that it's right. But I think he can make Walter's so good he can make Ilya Dragunov with a loss, and that's why they're having this match in the first place, because he made Ilya Dragunov in the original match. So
you think Walter wins?
I'm saying I would book Walter to win, but I think they're probably going to try to put Ilya over.
And in the main event of the evening, we have the champion Karrion Kross, and now I have here listed with Scarlett versus Samoa Joe in a singles match for the NXT Championship. Bet who goes over and why?
I'm going to just guess that Joe goes over so that he can transition off of NXT. Kross can. And then Joe can put somebody else over, as he transitions into whatever his next role is going to be.
I agree, my friend. I think Samoa Joe will be your two-time NXT champion. And this pay-per-view, again, is taking place this Sunday. If you're watching this 8/18/2021, it's going to be taking place this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. So check it out. It's going to be the 22nd of August on the Cock or on pay-per-view, whichever you prefer. If you're still paying for pay-per-views, you're a fucking idiot, number one. Number two, there are plenty of kayfabe sites. Hit me up in my inbox, and I'll help you out with that. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go home, and I need some rest before I jump into the Enterprise with Triple D. And with the Sinister Minister, John Enright. Yvette, this was nice having our friends back in the chat with us, my friend. You're my friend too. And you guys, see, and if you guys all say negative things about everybody in the chat, it hurts me deeply. I think I've made this clear because you are my friends. I consider you people family.
So be sure to go hard on Ray and use vile, vehement language if possible within the limits of what the chats will allow.
God damn it. Medium M5, you coming in at the end.
So,
anyway,
he knows what time it was.
He knows.
It's never any different times.
Will we be back on next week? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I know we'll listen. If we're not on here, we'll be on Realm. But here's the deal. Okay? Follow me on Twitter at Big Ray Hernandez, and you will find out a day or two before whether we will be back here live on Hami Media and Hami Media Group on Twitch and on YouTube. It has been an absolute fucking pleasure having you guys back in the chat with us. I love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Vet, do you have anything nice to say? Anything mean to say to the chat? And where can they find you?
Well, the people should know by now that they can find me at Opinion Haver on all social medias. And if you haven't found me, then you're just not looking, because I'm
not
there.
trying. You're not trying.
Yeah, come on. It's right there. I told you. And yeah, and of course you can find me every on the Impact Attack. Also here on Hami Media Group with Colin Wysong. We had a good, fun episode. this last time. Whenever it gets posted, I don't know what he's doing, but it was a good thing. We covered some stuffs, and should be interesting. Sometimes you can see me on the Smack Attack. I don't know when's the next time they're going to need me, but I know somebody's going away, and I'm going to have to fill in coming up here shortly. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for me, man. Always here, but you know that because here you are listening to me.
And remember, ladies and gentlemen, if anybody asks you, why do you listen to this fucking podcast, you get right in their face and you tell them straight up,
You can't hang with me. You aren't on my level.
ladies and gentlemen, I say this every single week. I would do this for a living, but if I couldn't, I'd do it anyway. Why? Because I love talking wrestling. The Vet loves talking to you. We love having you guys here in the chat. Thank you so much to all our regular folks. We really, really fucking appreciate you. We love you so much. And please, guys, look, if we can't do this here live next week, I will let you know. Give me a follow on social media or head over to Hami Media Discussion Group on Facebook. Join the family, join the fun, join the I don't know, another Frankfurters, I don't know, another F word. Join the fuckery. And just enjoy it, guys. And I'll fill you in there as well, if possible. Or just hit me up via private message, and I probably won't answer you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next week, or will we? We will review. How about this? We will review the pay-per-view, maybe? Instead of a 3 count, we can review the pay-per-view and then go into the show, the show leading up. So I think we'll do that. So
yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. So there'll be no 3 count. We'll always talk shit in the beginning of the show. But yeah, we're about to get off the air. So anyway, guys, I am going to I'm gonna get beamed up in about 40 minutes, and I have to do this other podcast. Not have to, I want to. I've been asked to, and I can't wait. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will also post that too on my Instagram, and also on my Facebook, and also on my Twitter. Anyway, let me get the hell out of here. Colin, I ask you this every single week, Colin.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Colin never showed up. He never popped up. Must be making pizzas. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out of here. Hey, Vet, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people.
Goodbye to the people. See you next week, guys.